Hello everyone, it's Nihat here from Interwebtut. Today it's going to be the first video of a new series where we're going to be developing an entire website, full-featured e-commerce platform. Comes with all the standards where you can't add items to your shopping cart, check out, and you should be able to check out as a guest or check out as a customer, put in your details for delivery, and be able to make a payment and also receive confirmation with that payment. I'm saying all of this, but to be honest, I haven't planned out the entire process, so we will be doing it as we go along. But since I've developed similar platforms in the past, so it should be straightforward. What we're gonna be using for this project, we will be using a PHP7 framework that I've developed. It's a very simple one. So if we go to PHP7 code base framework, nope, it's not gonna come up. I'll just type my developer name and there. It's gonna be here. Code base. On. So yeah, this is the framework that we'll be developing on. As you can see, it's just built using PHP7, and we will not be using much animations, and it will be a very basic shopping cart website, but with all the full integrations, add items to shopping cart, remove items from the shopping cart, update quantity, calculate accurate prices. So yeah, I'm not gonna go in details of how to install PHP, MySQL, and set up a web server. I think there's a lot of tutorials on YouTube shows you how to do that. So we're just gonna get our feet wet straight away. So what I'm gonna do is gonna click here and right click on the download button and select copy link location. Next thing, I'm gonna open my terminal, navigate to my root folder, let's just navigate here. Then I'm gonna do get the link. Now let's see, where is it? Where's the file? Oh, I need credentials, super user credentials. So let's go and do that. Sorry. Unzip. Now master. Let's see. So it's called code base master. So let's rename the folder to our root folder, which will be HTML. So we do code base HTML. Also, I need to make a super user request, and then for us to be able to edit the files, let's change the file permissions. Okay, so let's see. Let's go and see what we get now. Local host. Oh, boom! Hello from Codebase 7. So if you see this, that means you've installed it correctly or added the files to your root folder correctly. And if you go to browse the files, we go cd html. Sorry guys, I know some of you probably hate T in the terminal, but this is where I do most of my coding, so just bear with me. Feel free to use any IDE you want, NetBeans, Eclipse, it doesn't really matter. But for my personal preference, I just like to use Vim. So yeah, let's open Vim and browse the files, edit.htxs. So yeah, this is our htxs file. What you need to do, you need to get rid of that. Just make it W. The rest is already there. It's just sort of best practices. Removing the www and redirecting to the correct route. Correct host, and some caching stuff. So yeah, so let's get rid of that. Open our tree. One file you need to look at is the roots file, which is under the R folder, and then roots.php. If you bring that up, here is where you get to add your roots. And the way it works is, let's just add an additional root. We will add router, add, and to start your root, only the home folder will have the /. So this is, the landing page, you would say, or the home page. But if you want your URL to be, for example, let's open this one, /hello, you wouldn't put /hello here as your router. You would just put hello. Yeah, and the next parameter is which controller do you want to call, the name of the controller, followed by add, then the name of the method or the action. So we can say it's class, then add followed by the method, or controller, add followed by the action. So we'd say, let's say home, add for the method, say hello. And then the third parameter is an array of the allowed HTTP request method types, get, post, put, or delete. We're gonna leave it as get. Really sorry, guys. These are the main, the required parameters, the first three. The other additional two will be required. If you add the fourth, you must add the fifth field. And there are, if you want this page to be session protected, you add true, and then the last field will be the session name. So for example, user ID, you close it. But since we don't need those two, we'll just get rid of it. So you can see we added here a hello, which will route to your host URL /hello, and then we mapped it to the home controller and the say hello action, or the home class and the say hello message. So let's open our home class. So you can see this is our index. You can see here we add in a tag, which is just a variable holding a string, and we passing it to the view as the variable tag name. And here we are rendering the view, which is here. This is supposed to be home.tpl because we're using Smarty as a templating engine. But since that get added automatically, we don't need to worry about this. We just put the view name, and our view is called home. And then the second parameter for the render method is an array holding all the parameters or the variables that you want to pass to the view. So let's open our home.tpl. You can see basically is exactly what you see on the screen. Just h1 tag with a hello from and the tag name which was passed to the view. So hello from codebase. And to show you this actually works, if we change this to hello, if we mean from codebase to Nihat, my name, and refresh. Is the refresh button? Let's just refresh. You can see it says hello from Nihat. Let's go back there, undo, and save. Go back, refresh. So yeah, that's fine. So yeah, let's add our control, because at the moment, if we go to the new route we added, which is hello, oops, we get an exception. You will not be, when you set your project state in the config file. See, let's go to con. If we go to configs and project state here, we're only seeing this specific error because we have set this to development. So if we set this to production, we should not be able to see this error. Am I right? We can it's disappeared from the bottom. We can't still see it here. I will work on this one. That's something I need to work on. But anyway, just put this back. Development. So yeah, basically that says we have not created this action yet or method. Let's go to our home controller and add that method or action. It's quite confusing, so I will stick to controller and action from now on. So let's add it. Public function say hello, and it takes array of params. Just add some comment. Action says hello, and then it's a param of array and return and void. It does not return anything. So yeah, we can just do an echo hello world, and if you refresh, say hello. Why? Oh, say hello. So yeah, you see here the the new route was mapped correctly to our controller and action. So if you go back here, let me close this, and close this tag name. So let me show you the folder structure. We have our app folder where we put our controllers, models for database interaction, views. We have a compile folder, and that's, we don't need to worry about that because Smarter Templating Engine takes care of it. And templates folder, this is where we put our template. Here you can see we have home. That's the one we just that's the one we land on. We pass for the home controller, or for the home URL. We have a header and footer, which they get injected automatically, headers and footers. If you want to make any change, you see this is just a header file, and this is just this is the header, the other file, just the footer, and you can see this is the default error page. Next we have our config folder, and it only holds one file, which config.php. Help us, that's any extra method we need to add. At the moment we just have a one redirect function, sorry, not a method. Next we have our logs. So it's detailed logs of all the errors, which class or which files, and tells you specifically which lines and from which IP address being accessed. So yeah, it's kind of helpful. Then we have a public folder where we report our CSS. We have two files here, JS. We have three files here, setup. This is our bootstrap folder. We don't need to worry about that. Or the SRC folder. They all relate to the built-in function of the framework, so we can ignore that. Yeah. So basically, our entire work gonna be done in the app folder, and maybe every now and then we would jump to configs. And if you want to do any fun interaction, we'll work with the public folder, just accessing custom.css and app.js. But that will be rarely. So yeah, 95% of our time, developing this project will be working within this folder, app. So yeah, guys, this was just a quick introduction, and starting from the second video, we'll break down the framework even more, and we'll start doing some coding. See you then.